And as we've begun to expand this parametric manufacturing concept, I can go to a designer and an architect can send us a set of plans, and one of our staff can have a design for a $250,000 stairway in about 30 minutes. And that design can then be further customized for something that is an incredible beauty, and we can tweak it and we can send it back digitally with folks.
We have Len Morris, and Len is the founder and CEO, as I mentioned before, of ViewRail. But if you get a chance, go to ViewRail's website. All I have to say is elegant, right? There are these cool floating stairs, these invisible rails, primarily made of, I guess, glass, and where they have, they're kind of invisible, like you can see through them. So really innovative products, floating stairs, railing, cable railings, glass railings. And what's really cool is the company is committed to a number of innovative areas, including lean manufacturing and sustainable products. And I guess, Len, you started this company in your basement? Is that true?
It was actually a hog barn, but...
Hog barn, all right.
Yeah.
The basement looks better. And you graduated Bethel College in Biblical Studies.
I did.
Which set you up to be an entrepreneur in floating.
So many ways.
But please, join me in welcoming.
People, process, things. Make sure you get them in that order. So when we set out to build a people-centered company, we knew that we needed to espouse those values. And the people process things. So the process has got to be subordinate to the people. The things need to be subordinate to the process. As we looked at the people that we are serving and the people that we are working with, we understand our first value is that every person is eternal. Every person that we meet has incredible dignity and worth intrinsically because they have a creator. And so when we begin with that foundation, we understand all technology needs to support that type of framework. We began looking at our industry, the home building industry, which is the largest industry in our country and the real driver of much of our economy. And it has been an incredible pain, especially over the last 3 years. As we've looked at that pain, we've tried to find how do we apply our principles in a small little company here in northern Indiana to help solve the problem. And underneath the pain, the problem really boils down to a labor problem. And the labor problem largely has to deal with a lack of skilled laborers and a lack of skill sets. And so we began to look at and unpack and try to define, this is where we are today. Now, what is one step forward in the right direction? That's the real definition of an agile organization, isn't it? Define where you're at today and take a step forward in the right direction. We don't have to define all the way to our end point, but if we take one step forward in the right direction, then we made progress and we can implement that progress today very quickly. That's what an agile organization wants to do. And so what we understood is the stairway for very, very nice homes, there's a constraint that the industry has built into the system, and the constraint is around people. The very high-end stairway for an $18 million home in Palo Alto, California, can only be installed by the people who manufactured the stairway, the people that built it. Have you tried to get into Palo Alto, California about 2 years ago? You're not going to get there. They don't want you on the job site. It's impossible. We had all types of quarantines and lockdowns. So we needed to find an innovative way to solve those problems. And so what we did is we looked at, from a people-centered beginning, how are we going to open up and relax the algorithm to allow more people to do the installation process? How can we do that? Well, we're going to have to really be people-centered and put a lot of the processes in a way that all of the people who are installing can work so that more carpenters can do it. So we began using our algorithms and our software systems to do what I have now labeled parametric manufacturing. You say, well, Len, that's pretty boring. We've been doing from CAD to CAM for a long time. 25 years ago we were doing that. What's so special about it? Well, what's special about our approach to it is that we took it to the very human-centeredness, and we began our algorithms and writing them all in-house with our own in-house staff doing the coding, to build processes around the installer. And so our software is designed so that nothing weighs more than 200 pounds. And so an installer is able to carry an entire stair system into a house with one other helper because things weigh 200 pounds or less. We began to design around the use of bolt-together methodologies where in the previous it was thought that everything had to be welded. And as we've begun to expand this parametric manufacturing concept, I can go to a designer and an architect can send us a set of plans, and one of our staff can have a design for a $250,000 stairway in about 30 minutes. And that design can then be further customized for something that is an incredible beauty, and we can tweak it and we can send it back digitally with folks. And once the design is complete, we can send that out parametrically to our 6 different plants working with glass, stainless steel, aluminum, steel, and wood. And we can make all of these parts and bring them together so that they fit as one whole and can be installed by a great number of people. Because not only do all of the parts now fit together, but we have parametrically created the instruction set and been able to deliver that and put the cookies on the bottom shelf for a whole host of other carpenters to be able to do the installation. Take it one step further. We send those parameters out to our shipping and logistics, and so they're able to build the crates and design the crates around the minimum impact onto the truck because shipping has become one of the greatest constraints and problems. And then we further send the parameter of those crates in that truck, and the customer is able to track us all the way as we bring their stairway right up to the door. And so the installer is there able to meet us and is able to make the installation schedule work around their needs as well. And so as we've put all this and we've begun working and stitching it all together, we have to have this loop where we continually come back of taking real people into real situations. And so about once a week, we take a group of people and we take them out into the real environment, taking programmers and installers. Just last week, we went to Wichita, Kansas with one of my lead programmers. We took him into a home and let him see and experience what the real people that are really interacting with what his code looks like. And so while we're not a world changer yet, but there are 350 people living right here in this community working at ViewRail to build a real people-centered automation system that is designed to solve real problems that our industry is really facing. Thank you very much.